what's going on, guys? Chris, Tech Savvy Agent. I'm here with Max Pigman, Steve Passanelli, and we wanted to address the rumors. Tech Savvy Agent. Obviously, a lot of you guys know I'm moving on. I'm going to be working with Inman News as their chief evangelist.
Congratulations,
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. And the reason we wanted to talk to you guys directly is there's a lot of rumors out there, and it's like, you know, who's going to be the next Tech Savvy Agent, and, you know, this kid should do it, and maybe this agent should do it. But we wanted to just talk really quickly today, A, about how this all happened. You know, where did Tech Savvy Agent come from? And then B, where's it going in the future? So, Max, why don't you just talk briefly about the idea that you gave me that I stole, and that's kind of what got it going.
Well, you know, I don't know. It's probably, what, a couple of years ago, maybe?
2.5 years.
2.5 years ago. And we first started playing with Facebook ads, and I was playing with some Facebook ads, and got together with Chris and Steven, and we're like, hey, check this out. You know, if you post to Facebook and you can target different people, and Chris was like, wow, you know, maybe we could target realtors and actually see if this thing works before we go out and try to teach agents that this might be a valuable tool. And you know, to Chris's credit, he took that idea and then he eats, sleeps, lives, breathes, jumps
all
right
day
into it. And of course, you know, the rest is kind of Tech Savvy Agent history. But at the same time, of course, started Tech Savvy Agent with Steven Passanelli.
Yeah, so a lot of people know Steve. Some people don't know Steve. But Steve is actually the person that hired me at Move and taught me how to present, taught me about technology. I have to admit, I had a BlackBerry when I got hired.
And he tried to convince me that it was better.
So it wasn't a smartphone.
It wasn't a smartphone. It was a BlackBerry. But yeah, you know, I've learned a lot from these guys. And, you know, one of the things that we pride ourselves on is what Max just said. We try stuff before we teach it. Right. And the Facebook ads were a big part of what we started with. But then we went from there, and then we realized, okay, if we can take what we learned, because we travel the country. This guy's like George Clooney, right, up in the air. Steve and I travel a ton, and we try to meet as many agents as possible and just say what's working, what's not working, and we get a lot of good feedback. So we figure, why not share that with the masses through a Facebook page and a blog, and it did real good. So it's not going anywhere. Steve, tell people a little bit about what you're thinking going into the future for yourself, and then for me, Steve, still being involved.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know, I've been kind of playing the back role for a while with Tech Savvy. When it first started, you know, we posted equally, and then Chris kind of took it and ran with it, and I went a different direction.
Well, let's face it, you had twins as well.
twin babies puts the hurting on, but you know, Chris just did a fantastic job with everything, and we still want to keep that community in place. We want to keep everything right there. So, I mean, we're thinking about, you know, you hear all these rumors out there on Twitter and Facebook, who should be the next Tech Savvy Agent?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm going to be facilitating it, but everybody is the next Tech Savvy Agent. I'll be posting more articles like I did previously too, but, you know, we're going to be looking for you guys to make submissions and posts. And when you have some great content, submit it to build this community, to build, you know, the legacy that, you know, that Chris and I started.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, no matter what ideas we kind of play with and come up and read about and repurpose and try to get out in front of agents, when the rubber hits the road, is it really working? Does it make money? And that's where when you talk to some of the top agents in the country and they walk up to you and they say, thank you so much for that idea I got from you last time you were through. I've actually got 3 transactions off of that. That's the kind of thing that you're like, okay, that makes the most sense.
Absolutely. So it's not going anywhere, all right? We're going to keep it up. I'm hopefully going to be guest blogging. You know, we're still working out the details.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I want to guest blog. And obviously, I also wanted to say thank you to Move, especially Max. Max, who's the VP of Realtor.com, national speaker for Realtor.com, who not only showed me the ropes from like a traveling and presenting perspective, but really believed in what Steve and I were building. When a lot of companies probably would have just been like, hey, you know, yeah, you guys need to hold off a little bit, slow down. So I want to thank Move for being very open-minded. And one of the big things I'm all about is like not branding your social media stuff the same as your normal stuff. So, you know, if you have this big brand, well, your sub-brands are important as well. And I think Tech Savvy Agent has become a vital sub-brand for me, obviously, for these guys, but to be honest, for the industry as a whole.
Absolutely.
Almost 18,000 agents, and everybody
awesome.
interacts. I mean, I threw out a post today, and there was like 300 comments. So the engagement hasn't fallen off. It won't fall off with these guys.
And then how about Agent Reboot? I know some people have questions about that. You're still going to be presenting at Agent Reboots, right?
Thank you. Yeah, so part of my job at Inman is going to be to present an Agent Reboot, but Steve, one of my best friends, is now going to step in and do the Move portion. Move is a platinum sponsor of Agent Reboot, so if you decide to come to an event, you get me and you get Steve, which is great. And then there's also a couple other, things we're working on behind the scenes where we'll all still be working together. So wanted to address you guys. If you have any questions, any comments, any feedback, leave them in the comments below. One last thing would be, if you are a tech-savvy agent, me and Steve mentioned this earlier before we filmed, go to the About Us page. There's 4 people there: Steve, me, Suzanne, who's kind of no one even knows about Suzanne. She's like the best kept secret in the industry. And then if you look at the last block, it's you guys. You guys are the reason that we exist. And if you look at any video that I've done, when we hit 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 fans, all I ever did was just say, thank you guys for supporting what we're working hard on. So it's not going away. Thanks for hearing us out. Leave a comment below. And again, Max, thank you, sir.
You bet. Congratulations.
Steve, thank you guys. And we'll talk real soon.
Take care.